Hello and welcome to another episode of Adobe Creative Cloud TV. My name is Terry White, and in this episode we're going to take just a quick look at how to create QR codes using InDesign CC. And in case you're wondering what is a QR code, it stands for Quick Response, and it's those little square barcodes you usually see in print advertisement, sometimes on TV, billboards, where you walk by and you scan it with an app on your phone and it does whatever the code's supposed to do, which is usually take you to a website. It could be a text message that you send. It could be a email. It could also be a business card that you can download into your phone. It could be a variety of things. So let's take a look at how to make one using InDesign CC. So I've got InDesign open here, and I've got a brochure open. This is going to be a print brochure. And then over here, I'd love to put in my QR code, but let's go ahead and zoom into that area. And when I zoom into that area, I've got a URL that's already there. And of course, if I left it there like this, it would just be printed. And it's one of those URLs that isn't going to roll off the tongue. It's one of those things that people are not going to remember, what this URL is. So that's even more the reason why we wouldn't want them to have to type a long code like this, and we wouldn't want to have to remember it. So what I'm going to do is just simply grab my type tool and just select it and cut it. So I'll just go up to the edit menu and cut, and that will take it and put it on a clipboard. Now I've got a frame here, and your QR code goes into a frame. So you just draw a frame first using, for example, your rectangle frame tool. And once you draw your frame, under your object menu, there's generate QR code. Or you could right click on it and you can go generate QR code. Once you choose generate QR code, you'll be able to choose two things. Actually, choose two things and put in your code. You'll be able to choose what type of code you want from the ones that I just mentioned. So we're going to do web hyperlink. But you could also choose plain text where they just scan it and they get the text right on their phone. Text message, put in a phone number that you want the message to go to and what the message is, and you'll receive it from their phone, and of course their phone number. Same thing with email, put in the email address where you want it to go, the subject, and the message, and you'll receive it from their email account. And last but not least, one of my favorites, which is business card. And this allows me to go ahead and put in all my information, all my contact information. So I could say here, maybe I may even put this code on my business card. So someone could just scan my business card without having to type all this in if I hand them a physical card. So I do have QR codes on some of my business cards, and that works out great. But let's go back to web hyperlink, and we're just going to go ahead and paste that hyperlink in. Now also we get to pick a color. We get to use any of our swatches that we've already defined. So I'm going to make it a white code to match the white type. We just click OK, and it will fill the frame with that vector code. So at this point, that is now a scannable code, but there's one problem. That website really doesn't exist for this tutorial. So I'm going to update it with one that does exist. And just a quick couple tips here before I do that. If you, let's say you open up an InDesign document and there was a QR code already there and you didn't know where that QR code was going to take you. If you simply hover over it, it will show you the URL or whatever it is assigned to that code. Also, if I want to change the code now, I can just right click on it, and instead of generate QR code, it now says edit QR code. So I'll go back right where I was, and I can of course change this to a URL that does work. Let's take you to my website. So if I go to terrywhite.com, click OK, the code itself updates based on just the shorter URL, so it's a less complicated code. And now let's actually test it. So I'm going to bring up my iPhone here, which I have an app on it for scanning QR codes. Just bear with me for a second while I get this set up here. And now that I've got my iPhone in place, let's go ahead and zoom it down. And here is my QR code. It's an app called Scan, or my QR code reader. And I'm just going to go ahead and tap Scan, and I'll just point it right at the screen. And as soon as I could bring it up, it's already looked up the URL, and it's already taking me to my website. So that's the beauty of the scan app. And that's one reason I like it so much is just it's so fast compared to some of the other QR code readers for iPhone that I've used. So love the app. And of course, more importantly, love the fact that I can just quickly and easily make these QR codes on iPhone, put them on my printed materials, put them on PDFs, put them on anything that I want to have a QR code. So that's it for this quick look at how to generate QR codes using InDesign CC. My name is Terry White. Thanks for watching.